But Oprah's obviously a saintly, godlike figure who's revered by all decent people. Why would she exclude you?
Repressed anger, guilt, and suffering that a lot of women have had. I happened to be on set with several actresses the other day, and we were filming some things, and they hadn't slept over a period of 2 or 3 days, and I was like, what is that? I said, oh, you guys are suffering from PTSD.
And when you start talking about it out loud, too.
Everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. And so I think this is a watershed moment.
A multi-million-dollar lawsuit against him last November, accusing him of physical assault, drug. Combs adamantly denied everything in that lawsuit, but he did settle that lawsuit with Ventura the very next day. But what ended up happening? That lawsuit set off an avalanche of litigation with multiple people, both men and women, coming forward with their own complaints about Combs' conduct.
All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
And they have no more of these.
Amen, amen.
Gee.
Remember, the feds say they do have video that they seized during the raids from those freak-offs, so they know who the celebrities are, if they're already involved in the freak-offs. But we've seen plenty of video over the years of Diddy's very public parties, and all of those people, you know, they're not saying anything. They haven't for months.
These people are monsters.
Jaguar Wright is now claiming that Oprah Winfrey has left the country following Diddy's recent arrest. She believes Oprah is scared because of her alleged involvement in a larger industry scandal. According to Jaguar, Diddy's arrest is just the beginning, hinting at a deeper, hidden network of powerful Hollywood figures, with Oprah being one of them. There's quite a lot to unpack here, so let's start. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for all the latest updates. Now let's get going.
Diddy's very public parties, and all of those people, you know, they're not saying anything. They haven't for months. And yes, to your point, there certainly got to be people who are nervous about getting a call from the U.S. Attorney's Office, whether it be to come in as a witness, whether it be just to be interviewed to find out what they know, or go before the grand jury, which is something nobody wants to do.
And if we make this just about Harvey Weinstein, then we will have lost this moment. I think this is a moment where no matter what business you work in, there have been women who not only had the disease to please, that's a part of it, but who felt that in order to keep my job, in order to keep my position, in order to keep moving forward, I've got to smile, I've got to look the other way, I got to pretend he didn't say that, I got to pretend he didn't touch me.
Other arrests of people involved in this.
And Jeanette, I'm one of those people that expected more. It was 6 months from the time of the March raids to the time Diddy was arrested. And, you know, I asked myself, what's taking so long? Normally, an arrest happens within days, or certainly no more than weeks after a raid, because
lately, Jaguar has been very outspoken, suggesting that Oprah is trying to distance herself from the situation before things escalate. But Jaguar doesn't stop there. She's also claiming that Oprah may be worried about being exposed next, as she allegedly helped recruit victims for Diddy and others in the industry. Oprah's past associations with controversial figures like John of God and Harvey Weinstein have raised eyebrows before, so this latest claim only adds fuel to the fire.
Oprah's former faith healer, known as John the God, was sentenced to an additional 99 years. Guilty for SAing and over 600 women and young girls. I can't even read this. He also ran a baby operation.
Oprah isn't the only one under scrutiny. Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, has also spoken out, criticizing Oprah and other powerful individuals linked to Diddy for staying silent. Gene even suggested that Oprah, Diddy, Weinstein, and Jeffrey Epstein were all connected in the same circle.
Somebody still like him like that? Because you know he was running with Oprah and them. He was running with that whole crew. Weinstein, Oprah, Epstein. He was running with that whole crew. They want to know how we're going to do it, how the public is going to take him. Is the public going to let him back in? And the public is not.
It's been said that Diddy has been accused of running a disturbing ring within the industry, allegedly involving young people. However, sources suggest he likely wasn't acting alone. One of the big names tied to the situation is Oprah, with rumors swirling that she might have known or been involved in something worse. Now, even more shocking allegations are surfacing. Allie Carter, who claims to be a victim of a Hollywood ring, has made some bold accusations, saying she saw Oprah in those secret tunnels, supposedly used by the elite for exploitation and SA. But are these claims about Oprah and her connection to Diddy just rumors, or is there actual evidence linking her to recruiting victims? And what exactly did Jaguar Wright say about how Oprah reacted to Diddy's arrest? Let's take a closer look. Oprah has faced several controversies over the years, from being accused of ruining the careers of her critics to more serious claims involving human exploitation. Many celebrities have spoken out, accusing Oprah of covering for her powerful friends like Harvey Weinstein. Actress Rose McGowan even called out Oprah for her connections to Weinstein and Russell Simmons, writing, "I am glad more have seen the ugly truth of Oprah. I wish she were real, but she isn't." From being pals with Weinstein to abandoning and destroying Russell Simmons as victims, she is about supporting a sick power structure for personal gain. She is as fake as they come. Singer Seal also shared a photo of Oprah and Harvey Weinstein on Instagram with a message. When you've been part of the problem for decades, but suddenly they all think you were the solution. In the caption, Seal wrote, "Oh, I forgot, that's right. You heard the rumors, but you had no idea he was actually preying on young, starry-eyed actresses, who in turn had no idea what they were getting into. My bad." Hashtag sanctimonious Hollywood.
Oprah is now being criticized for her speech that night by a very unlikely star.
Me too.
3 days after Oprah publicly supported victims of sexual assault in the wake of numerous allegations against Harvey Weinstein, singer Seal Instagrammed this meme. Showing Winfrey kissing the disgraced mogul, it reads, "When you have been part of the problem for decades, but suddenly they all think you are the solution."
The more Oprah tried to separate herself from Weinstein, the more hidden details about their connection came to light. At one point, TMZ dropped a surprising report revealing that Oprah was actually one of the first people to reach out to Weinstein after the SA allegations surfaced, offering her support. According to TMZ, when the news of Weinstein's crimes broke in 2017, Oprah personally called him, advising him to defend himself. A source close to Weinstein at the time shared that he repeatedly told his friends and team that Oprah had offered to stand by him publicly if he spoke out. While Oprah's team quickly denied the claim, insisting that it was someone from Weinstein's camp who initiated the call, her long-standing relationship with Weinstein wasn't easy to dismiss. After all, Oprah and Weinstein had been friends for 2 decades, and their connection was no secret. They were often seen together at events hosted by the Weinstein Company, with Oprah publicly celebrating his achievements. Oprah also collaborated on several films distributed by Weinstein's company like The Butler and The Great Debaters. And Weinstein often spoke highly of Oprah in interviews. However, once the allegations against Weinstein came to light, Oprah was quick to downplay their relationship, insisting she had no knowledge of his misconduct. In a 2018 episode of Gwyneth Paltrow's podcast, Oprah acknowledged that they were friendly, but maintained that she was unaware of what was happening behind closed doors. She emphasized that despite their public association, she had no idea about the darker side of Weinstein's actions. "I didn't follow it that closely," she said, "but I had people online saying, 'Oh, you knew. I knew all about Harvey? I should have known?' Well, first of all, I wasn't in this world. I was in Chicago in my own little world. Was I friendly with Harvey? Yes, I was friendly with Harvey. Was I in association with him for, the Butler movie that we had done? Yes, I was. But of course, I didn't know any of this was going on." On top of claiming she had no idea what Weinstein was up to, Oprah also tried to play the victim and said Weinstein had bullied her, saying Harvey was a bully, and that if Harvey's on the phone, you don't want to take the call because you're going to get bullied in some way. For me, it just meant pushing for some people to be on the show that I didn't want to. And I've already done it. And how many more times do I need to do it? But really, if Weinstein had actually bullied Oprah, why would she have stayed friends with him over 2 decades? Would you be friendly taking photos with someone who supposedly mistreated you? It just doesn't add up. Most people could see through it. Oprah was clearly in damage control, trying to convince the public that she wasn't as close to Weinstein as it seemed.
Let's talk about what's happening with Harvey Weinstein. I know you posted on Facebook already, but you haven't kind of spoken yet publicly about what's going on.
I think that this is, I'm always trying to look for the rainbow in the cloud, whatever is the silver lining. And this is what I do know for sure. When something this major happens, when you have the fallout, 50 women coming forward, that it's a watershed moment. And what I do believe is actually happening is that, first of all, it's triggering a lot of unreleased pain.
As for her alleged connection to Jeffrey Epstein, there's still a lot of uncertainty around that. The internet has been buzzing with rumors that Oprah may have played a role in helping Epstein choose his victims. At one point, there were even wild claims that her Florida home had been raided because of her supposed involvement in a global exploitation ring. However, Oprah shut down those rumors on Twitter, calling it an awful fake thing. "It's not true," Oprah wrote, having been raided or arrested. The rumors didn't end there. Oprah's name was also tied to Brazilian spiritual healer John of God, who later became a convicted criminal. John ran a healing center in Brazil for years before being sentenced to 63 years in prison for essaying numerous women. Prior to his arrest, he had appeared on The Oprah Winfrey Show, and Oprah even traveled to Brazil to meet him. After their meeting, she spoke about having a profound experience during their conversation, which only added fuel to the fire once his crimes came to light.
Describe yourself as a spiritual medium. What does that mean, a medium?
Médium, eu sou espiritualista.
As a medium, he's a spiritualist. He believes a great deal in God, and he practices this mission already 55 years.
This is an interview I wasn't sure would ever happen. One of the most famous spiritual healers in the world rarely talks to anyone on camera. John of God agreed to sit down with me under a mango tree on the grounds of the casa. The first time I saw it today, I was humbled by the experience, because a little bit of this belongs to you. A part of this belongs to you, Oprah said in her interview with John. After the disturbing allegations and crimes involving John of God became public, Oprah quickly removed all interviews with him from her website and issued a statement saying she hoped justice would prevail. But things get even more unsettling. When Oprah first met John of God, she had already opened her all-girls school in South Africa. Not long after, in 2007, one of the school matrons was charged with inappropriate behavior involving several of the students.
We arrested a former employee who was working at Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls. She was arrested yesterday for several charges, including assault, indecent assault, as well as soliciting girls under the age to commit indecent assault.
Despite these scandals, Oprah managed to maintain her image as a committed philanthropist. She's received numerous awards, including the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2013. Yet more celebrities began speaking out against her. One of the most vocal critics has been 50 Cent, Diddy's longtime rival, who has been calling out Oprah for years. He's even accused her of having a hidden agenda against black men, unless they're allegedly part of the same rumored Illuminati circle that people say she's involved in. At one point, 50 Cent even called Oprah an Oreo, suggesting she's black on the outside, but aligns with a white perspective on the inside. And it's not just 50 Cent who has voiced this opinion. Snoop Dogg also made similar remarks about Oprah and her close friend Gayle King, after Gayle made controversial comments about Kobe Bryant just weeks after his passing in January 2020. During an interview with Lisa Leslie, a former basketball player and close friend of Kobe's, Gayle brought up the past charges against Kobe. Although Lisa defended him, saying she never saw him act inappropriately, Gayle pressed on, suggesting that just because Lisa didn't witness it didn't mean it didn't happen.
Because of which was dismissed in 2003, 2004. Is it complicated for you as a woman, as a WNBA player?
It's not complicated for me at all. Even if there's a few times that we've been at a club at the same time, Kobe's not the kind of guy, never been like, you know, Lisa, go get that girl or tell her or send her this. I have other NBA friends that are like that. Kobe's, he was never like that. I just never have ever seen him being the kind of person that would do something to violate a woman or be aggressive in that way. That's just not the person that I know.
But Lisa, you wouldn't see it.
People were quick to point out the double standard. Where was this same energy when it came to Oprah's long friendship with Harvey Weinstein? Oprah and Weinstein have been close for years, but she claims she knew nothing about his misconduct until it became public. And after Gayle was criticized for her comments about Kobe, Oprah went on to defend her, even shedding tears to make people feel sorry for Gayle, playing the victim card. This was the final straw for Snoop Dogg, who didn't hold back in criticizing both Oprah and Gayle. He called them out for only showing concern for victims when the accused isn't one of their friends. Snoop first posted a picture of Gayle with Harvey Weinstein, captioning it, "We're waiting, Gayle. When's that interview coming?" He then shared a photo of Oprah and Weinstein together, saying, You did that fake Michael Jackson interview to ruin his name with those lying kids, but here you are, smiling with a known predator. Snoop didn't stop there. He even went on IG Live to deliver a pointed message to both Oprah and Gayle. When 50 Cent was asked about Gayle's controversial question about Kobe, he expressed his confusion and compared it to what Oprah did with Michael Jackson after his demise. He said, "I just didn't get the point of it. She knows what Kobe means to the culture, just like she knew what Michael Jackson meant. But when someone's gone, I don't understand what she's trying to accomplish."
I just didn't understand what the goal is at that point. Because she knows what Kobe means to the actual culture at the same time. Like they knew what Michael Jackson meant.
But if somebody...
I just don't know what you're trying to do when the men are dead.
50 Cent didn't stop there. He boldly predicted that Oprah and Gayle's actions would eventually backfire. They keep going after people who aren't here to defend themselves. And it's going to hurt them. People will start to dislike them in a big way because it's just not right. Now, with Oprah's alleged connections to Diddy being questioned, fans are wondering if she'll stay quiet or wait until Diddy is in serious trouble before speaking out. After all, when Oprah did her special with Michael Jackson's accusers, she said she wanted to shed light on the pattern of these kinds of crimes in Hollywood. So why has Oprah stayed quiet about Harvey Weinstein, Russell Simmons, or Diddy's alleged patterns? Well, the buzz is that Oprah's silence might be because she's more involved in this whole situation than anyone thought. Many believe it was only a matter of time before Oprah got dragged into Diddy's legal troubles. At first, any talk of Oprah's involvement seemed like far-fetched rumors that people could easily dismiss. But now things are taking a more serious turn. Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, has come forward, publicly calling out Oprah and other influential figures close to Diddy for staying silent. Gene didn't just mention Oprah, he also called out Gayle King and Jay-Z, hinting that they all ran in the same elite circles with Diddy. The rumors are getting darker, with whispers online that Oprah might have had a hand in recruiting victims for this alleged Hollywood ring. While these are still unconfirmed speculations, the stories are becoming harder to ignore. Some sources even claim that there's a secret network of tunnels connecting Diddy's home to the Playboy Mansion and other powerful Hollywood figures' residences.
All kind of celebrities' homes. And one of them is Oprah. She has, well, I was invited to an all-black party. The person that, for the treat or whatever, the person that I ended up, who you were trafficked to? Yeah.
Then there's Allie Carter, a young woman who claims to be a victim of Hollywood elites. In one interview, she even said she met Oprah before being pushed into disturbing situations involving Oprah's powerful friends. Now, adding to all of this, Jaguar Wright has made some explosive claims about Oprah's alleged escape plan after Diddy's arrest. During an interview with Piers Morgan, Jaguar dropped bombshells, suggesting that Diddy's influential friends are panicking because they know they can't avoid the spotlight on their involvement in his alleged criminal activities. At the same time, there are reports of Oprah trying to distance herself from Diddy and the chaos surrounding him. As Jaguar pointed out, it looks like Hollywood elites are scrambling to cover their tracks as the pressure mounts. Many people are now wondering how these high-profile figures like Oprah have remained so close to Diddy. Oprah's silence on these allegations is raising eyebrows, especially since she was so outspoken about Michael Jackson and positioned herself as a defender of victims. Jaguar is now hinting at a possible cover-up, suggesting Oprah might have played a role in protecting Diddy while quietly preparing to distance herself as the situation worsens. Beyond these troubling claims, Oprah has been under fire from several black celebrities, including Ice Cube, Denzel Washington, Cat Williams, Monique, and Taraji P. Henson. Many feel that Oprah isn't just involved in shady dealings, but is also turning her back on people from her own community within the industry. Recently, Ice Cube opened up about his long-standing issue with Oprah's platform during an interview on Tucker Carlson's Twitter show. He expressed frustration, explaining how he faced pushback when he tried to appear on The View, and highlighted his disappointment with both Oprah and the show. Ice Cube shared that the producers told him some of the hosts weren't comfortable with his views. He wasn't sure if the producers were dodging the real issue or if the host simply didn't want to give him a platform. Even though he had appeared on the show in the past, things shifted once he started being more outspoken. Ice Cube believed the tension stemmed from his political opinions, which had led to some friction. Reflecting on his exclusion from Oprah's circle, Ice Cube mentioned that he was left out of opportunities like appearing with the cast of Barbershop on her show or discussing the series Black White.
It was a very controversial show. And
Once again, they had the whole cast on, but I wasn't invited. And so I don't know.
On Oprah's show.
Yeah, so I don't know what that's really.
But Oprah's obviously a saintly, godlike figure who's revered by all decent people. Why would she exclude you?
I really don't know. You know, that's something that I would love to find out.
Even though Ice Cube was involved in 3 projects pitched to Oprah, he never received an invitation to her show, which made him question why he was repeatedly overlooked. This issue dates back to 2006, when Ice Cube first mentioned it in an interview with FHM. He tied the situation to tensions within the barbershop cast and Oprah's support of James Frey's controversial bestseller. The situation only worsened when rappers like Ludacris and 50 Cent voiced their criticisms. Despite starring in the 2002 film Barbershop, he was still excluded from Oprah's show. In an interview with FHM about his role in Barbershop, Ice Cube highlighted how she had hosted people with controversial pasts and said, "No, I wasn't invited. She had damn RPists, child molesters, and lying authors on her show. If I'm not a rags to riches story for her, who is?" This was during a time when Ice Cube was already a well-established actor, known for his films like Friday and Three Kings. His exclusion raised questions about whether there was a bias against hip-hop culture at the time. Ludacris's issues with Oprah started back in 2005 when the cast and director of Crash appeared on her show to promote the film. While most of the stars like Don Cheadle, Sandra Bullock, Thandie Newton, Matt Dillon, and Terrence Howard were pleased with the interview, Ludacris had a different experience. He felt that Oprah unfairly criticized his music and public image, leaving him frustrated with how she treated him compared to the rest of the cast.
I want to go on Oprah live. What was it that she edited out, just for those who listen, trying to figure out what was it? It was a lot of, it was certain comments that she had made about, you know, I was there for Crash, for the movie. Yeah. And basically she says.
In a later interview with GQ, Ludacris opened up about his disappointment with the way things went on Oprah's show. He said that Oprah had selectively edited his responses, cutting out the parts she didn't agree with. He also revealed that he was added to the interview at the last minute, which made him feel like he wasn't really wanted there. Ludacris compared the experience to being in an unwelcoming home, which left him feeling uncomfortable. He also suggested that Oprah had a bias against rappers, although she denied it. This incident highlighted a deeper issue with how Oprah engaged with hip-hop artists, leaving Ludacris feeling sidelined during his appearance. 50 Cent had similar feelings to Ludacris when it came to Oprah. After his 2003 album Get Rich or Die Tryin' shot him to fame, 50 Cent shared with The Guardian that Oprah didn't seem too excited about his work. He had hoped to be a guest on her show, mainly to make his grandmother happy, but found out Oprah wasn't interested in having him on. Many believe Oprah's reluctance stemmed from the tough and sometimes misogynistic themes in 50 Cent's lyrics, which clashed with her values. However, their relationship eventually evolved. After years of being distant, 50 Cent and Oprah finally had a chance to talk, which was a big moment for him. He later shared with People that his dream came true when he and his grandmother appeared on Oprah's show, calling it an amazing experience. While they didn't touch on the controversial parts of his music during their conversation, 50 Cent said, "I'll leave that out for her." He also defended his lyrics in The Guardian, explaining, "The truth is, everything comes from your experience. I got shot 9 times, and I wrote music about it." But their relationship took another turn when Oprah got involved in a documentary about a woman accusing Russell Simmons of misconduct. This made 50 Cent uncomfortable, considering Simmons' connection to the accusations. According to the XXL, he felt better when Oprah withdrew from the project in 2020. It's worth noting that unlike Ice Cube, 50 Cent had managed to make it onto Oprah's show before this point. But what do you think about all this? Do you believe Oprah had any involvement in Diddy's alleged crimes? And what are your thoughts on Jaguar Wright's bold accusations against Oprah and other powerful figures in the industry? Share your opinions in the comments, and stay tuned for more. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content like this.